Okay, hello. I think I'm live. No intro today because everything is crazy. I have a new SSD that my operating system is on. I might even sound a bit different. So the question is, do I sound different? So that's one. Two, there's a few other things too. Like there's some. Whoa, there we go. Yeah, this is weird. So we're gonna do some Xeodrifter slightly. Like how different? Like more bassy or less bassy or what? Quality of sound is actually a bit higher. Oh, that's interesting. It sounds a bit younger. Well, I don't think I could sound younger. I'm talking about like on a technical level. Tons loader? What the hell does that mean? What the hell? Better quality. Alright, fine. Alright, well that's good enough. We're gonna do some Xeodrifter today. And I'll tell you what's been going on. There's been some... trying out a new thing with the capture, 3DS capture, and it doesn't allow me to use the volume slider, but it allows me to only have one cable. It's a little confusing. I don't really know how to fully explain it, but anyway, a lot of new stuff. Talk about like change. Been definitely trying to get things back to functioning, working order. And so yeah, I got a new SSD. I installed my operating system on it. The problem is my editing software and Photoshop and a few other things will not run directly from the hard drive. So that sucks. I have to actually, like, they don't want to run for some reason. Other things run fine. Steam, no problem. Skype, no problem. Various other things, no problem. But there's a few things that just don't want to work at all. And the biggest offender for me, and the thing that sucks the most, is Fruity Loops, which is what I use to make music. The VSTs that I had installed are not being recognized, which are like add-ons. So the new SSD is... the SSD is great, and I'm really, enjoying the speed of it, but it kind of blows because some things I have to like completely figure out how to do over. Kind of, reinstall stuff, start over. So it's gonna be shit. That's why I've been absent the past few days. I was out yesterday, but I've been trying to get my computer back up to functional working order. And it looks like streaming is going okay, right? So that's good. Got the most important part down. Music is next. Editing, I already kind of have working. And yeah, so I'm almost back to where I need to be. And then, just as I'm about to stream, I drop my headphones, and they break. The part where the microphone is used to swivel, and when you'd swivel it up, it would mute. So when I sneezed, I used to like swivel it up, or whatever. Now I can't swivel, because I had to tape it back in place. So, yeah, I'm a little bit upset about that. It's $250 pair of headphones. I mean, it's functional, right? You can hear me. My SSD is 500. I'll explain this game in a minute for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Before I do that, though, I can't shift back there. Before I do that, I want to mention a few other quick things, which is I'm going to attempt... Far Cry 4 has been installed. That's running a lot quicker. Loading a lot quicker, too. Maybe it'll stream better as well. Captain Toad, the Wii U games were skipping a lot. I'm hoping that won't be the case now. So that's good. Just see. Hope things work out for the best. Oh, fuck. This game's a Metroidvania game, by the way. Nope. You almost killed me. Secret. I found a secret. Please be health. Oh, how dare you! How dare you! I'm dead. Fucking hell. Let's go full speed. The gun customization is one of the best parts of this game. I love it. The fact that you can kind of put your gun points in any department that you want is just amazing. Like, for example, this is my machine gun, which is pretty good, but if I really wanted to, I can mix and match, but I don't have enough to do so yet. If I really wanted to, I could just make these big giant shots that do a ton of damage. Secret. Oh, I already got the secret. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, Chitango is getting DDoS'd, or at least it looks like they are, and it's completely unavailable for anyone using Chitango. I'm not sure if the service is down for now, or I don't know what's going on with it, but it has nothing to do with us. We're as inconvenienced as everyone else, and you know, so I guess just be patient for that. Hopefully it'll come back, and when it does, it'll remain on the site. What else? If you're on Twitch and you don't like the white backgrounds, you can easily get something called Better Twitch TV. I recommend that for everyone. It makes the Twitch experience so much better. You have the option to darken it. So just Google Better Twitch TV. Seriously, you won't regret it. Just install it on Firefox, on Chrome, whatever, and you're gonna love it. It was health. God damn it! I didn't have to die before. Seriously, Better Twitch TV is amazing. I just want to show you guys something. Take a look at this. Just in case you need further proof. Look at that. Beautiful. Easy to read. You can people can type a message and it'll highlight your name. It really does make, like, see? Well, that was deleted, but it'll highlight it. And it's really good. So just do that. If you really, really don't like Twitch chat, I know some people are... Listen, change can suck. I've said this before. Me changing over to an SSD and starting fresh and having to, like, redo so much shit is not fun. Damn it. How do we get past this? Shit, guys, I'm in the wrong spot. But for now, this is the best way to make the experience a little bit more enjoyable, I think. Better Twitch TV. It's easy on the eyes. It makes you feel like a Ghostbuster. Like, remember when Busted made you feel good? Like that. Shit. Whatever. I don't need to be on this planet right now anyway. Just in case you reinstall. What's that? Ninenight.com. Install and update all your programs at once. Oh, that's interesting. I just have to get my VSTs working again, because there's registry errors. So once I get the VSTs working for Fruity Loops, I will be very happy. I'm not sure where to go. Where was the last planet I went to? I think maybe purple? Let's go to. I really love the gun mod system so much. I can't wait to get more gun mods. Seriously, I want fast wave beam. Like machine gun wave beam. Anyway, so this game, just for anyone who's unaware, this... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what was that? I got muted. That's the headset. There needs to be more pressure applied to it so it doesn't mute itself. I dropped my headset, as I mentioned, and that sucks. So, it's got duct tape on it now. Awesome. So this game was made by Renegade Kid, the same people who made Mutant Mudds. And, it's on Steam as well, it's not just on the 3DS. I actually have a copy of this that I am going to give away, I think. If I can get it to work. The raffle system should be just fine. It should be up and running, but if it's not, then, I think it is, actually, but I just have to fucking get the information again and log in. Yep. There you go, there's the muting. I have to put more duct tape on it. Oh, fuck. I have Gorilla Glue. I have, like, this really strong glue that I can't get open. Actually, it's... what is this glue? I'm thinking about it now. Oh, God. It's, like... oh, it doesn't... great, I don't have the name of it. It's just... it's like a two-stage glue process. There's one side of it and the other side, and when they meet, that's when it glues. Like, you have to get these two materials to glue together. I can't open it, though. Isn't that cool? God damn it. Could be epoxy, I'm not sure. So until I can figure out the glue situation, it looks like I'm gonna have to keep on using more duct tape. Buying a new headset is out of the question. I'm gonna email AKG and see if there's anything they can do. But I kind of doubt it, to be honest. No, sir, you're gonna have to just buy a new one. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Thanks, though. So I'm kind of lost, actually. Not entirely sure where I have to go. I thought maybe there would be a path somewhere over here. Uh-oh. taking too much damage. God damn it, it's this? Shit. Alright. Well, it's not this planet. Not yet, at least. The game does get pretty challenging. It starts challenging, actually. So, the only planet I can think of is the blue planet, the green planet, because I already went to the red one and got the crazy jump move. I'm ready for Xeodrifter 2, and I haven't even finished Xeodrifter 1. This is the best thing that's happened to Metroid since Metroid. Simply because there have been no Metroids. And this kind of like helps. It's like methadone. Yep, this is the way to go. This first category is just shot speed. Which I don't know really how I feel about shot speed. I don't really see the point to shot speed. Shit, double secret. God damn it! Oh, I got muted again. Oh, man. God damn. I probably gotta tape the switch so it doesn't mute itself. God damn it. Well, it's not here. Yep, this is me giving no fucks right now. God damn it. I just want to get back to the ship. So yeah, I find myself getting muted every 5 minutes now. So just, I guess, gravity. I'm getting muted by gravity. Yeah, I mean, I've dropped these headphones before, KY. Like, they fell. Like, where I placed them, they kind of hang, and they fell before, but never broke. They fell, I think, at the exact right spot where the microphone swivels, and that was enough to break them this time. So it was like the perfect position for them to break. And now gravity is my worst enemy. Don't let gravity get you down. Get out. I hate that so much. And now my computer's turning off again. I gotta do power saving stuff. Uh-oh. Monitor, please go back on. Oh, no. Okay, guys, like I said, this is gonna be... Today is my first stream back from the SSD, so I apologize. Things are gonna get weird. Every now and then, something stupid's gonna happen. So, sorry about that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'll be right back. More duct tape. Okay, Okay, power options. Here it is. Oh, I just typed power, and that was good enough. Turn off display in 10 minutes? No. Put the computer to sleep in 30 minutes? How about this? How about 4 hours? How about 5 hours? That's good. Alright, we're good. Okay. Now we just gotta get the game back. Okay, like I said, guys, expect some technical difficulties. Fuck. For people who are still asking, Chitango is being DDoS'd, we think. Chitango, the site itself is down, and we have absolutely nothing to do with that. And if we did, we would be rich. Because Chitango probably makes quite a bit of money from donations. So no, that has nothing to do with us. When it comes back, I'm sure you guys will be the first to know. But for now, you know, this is what you have to deal with. I recommend getting better Twitch TV. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is what must be done if people are to enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Shit. No idea where to go. And I'm almost dead, so that's cool. And I'm dead, so that's cool. Does anyone have any suggestions? Blue planet? I think you missed a route on the purple planet. Oh, I see it. I see it. I think you're right. I didn't even... Blue Planet, I need another item. Blue Planet's like endgame, it looks like. Purple Planet does have an extra route that I didn't go to, you're right. I like how there's not any, like, there's no names for the planets. It's just blue planet, purple planet, red planet, green planet. Perfect. That's all you really need, because you're not playing this for the story. I mean, the dude's lost, he wants to get power to his ship. Great. That's a good enough motivation. Just give me a gun, give me some puzzles, you know, let me kill some enemies, and I'm happy. And find some secrets. That's really, really what I want in a game like this. Like, I'll you know, if a story is good, yeah, I'd be happy to have an excellent story, like, masterfully crafted by Jim Jarmusch's, like, fettered remains. But I'll tell you what, if you're gonna just tell me that my little dude needs to get his ship back up and running, I'm all for that. I'm with it. As long as the game is fun, then I'm with it. So you guys were right about this. Yeah, there you go. This looks to be the way. Same boss? Let's find out. Yeah, same guy. It's the same boss, but different colors and different patterns every time. So while he looks the same, like I said, I'm going to defend the game as far as to say that development time was an issue. So they just kind of reused the same guy. Probably the only weak part of the game, in my opinion. For what it is, it succeeds. Okay, so yeah, you definitely don't want to jump into the guy's face. That's a bad idea. It's fucking relentless. And I'm almost done. Right into it. God damn it. Given the circumstances. Jesus. Oh, I'm almost dead. Let's just finish the deed. Finish the deed. End it. I just tried to mute myself with my headphone by swiveling it up into the up position, then I realized there's duct tape on it and I can't do that anymore. So you guys are gonna inevitably hear sneezes and coughs and you're gonna hear like burps and fucking like stupid clown noises. It's gonna be great. I have to mute myself by actually clicking mute on XSplit. God damn it, dude. I like that attack, that's a good one. Shit, this again. I have to let him vomit into the sky for a minute, and then I think it'll be safe to go back. That's new. On. Yes, got him. Solar flare. Oh, cool. So that's how you get rid of those. It's actually not a charge shot like Super Metroid. You have to commit. If you're gonna unleash a solar flare, you have to commit to it. And you can't just shoot like a small shot. Oh wow. Yeah, this is not child's play. This thing fucks things up. I missed something, didn't I? I see it. I see it. I missed something. Like straight up this way. Blocks his shots, deflects them. Nice. Extra gun. Down back to another planet. Oh, there we go again. I was... Yeah, I love getting muted. Oh, god damn it. Alright, so my new plan is when I'm done streaming, I'm gonna open up the headset and, like, tape the mute function so that it won't mute ever again. Gone are the days of me muting myself. Rest in peace. I guess we'll stay on this planet for a bit. Moon Chronicles, to me, feels like one of Renegade Kid's more, updated games. I think they're doing something with Dementium. Did anyone ever play that? I never played that. Dementium, the Ward. Dementium. It was a, what was it? It was like a survival horror game on the DS, was it? There was 1 and 2. I think they're doing another one at some point. Yeah. Another gun. So that's what I love about reading the chat. Sometimes one person just said Dementium 2 was not so good. Then the person directly below it said Dementium 2 was great. I'm so confused. I'm not supposed to do this, but I tell you what. I have no idea if this game is good. Oh shit, I'm almost dead. Okay. I should probably stop rushing around and actually try to live. Mix and match that I have. There's one combo I haven't really seen yet. It's this one. Oh, that is fucking wacky. And totally impractical. You wouldn't have heard that. Normally, that would have been just me. Well, you can even use it while you're in the sub, too. The sub is like this guy's morph ball. Let's call this guy, since I don't know his name, I don't even know if he has a name. Let's just, for argument's sake, call him Rowdy Roddy Piper. Alright, so Rowdy Roddy is like Samus, except he's lost. And you gotta get ship parts, and you gotta collect alien dicks. Each enemy killed, it's a collection. You're just discovering different dicks to catalog. And Rowdy Roddy puts them in his dick canister at the end of the night, and sleeps with him under his pillow. It really is quite a scientific thing. Very, very scientific. And muted again. How is it that gravity is overcoming? How is it that gravity is winning? This thing is taped up so well. I'm surprised there's any way whatsoever that it could get, like, loose. Now we can go to a different planet. Well, there's a planet with 2 thingies. We're gonna go to the one with the 2 thingies so we can get them. Still muted. I love technology. I love how even the most intricate system can be overcome by dropping it on the ground. That's not... I can't get that yet. I need the last item to access this area. I forgot about this. I might have to perform emergency surgery in the studio in about... The next time it mutes, I might just take a quick break. Or you know what? Between this and the next game, I'll take a quick break and I'll just dissect my my headphones, and we'll fix it. What do you guys think are the best Metroidvania games that aren't Metroid or Castlevania? Batman Arkham Asylum. Yeah, that counts. I would say that counts. Guacamole. I haven't played that one. Cave Story is a very easy and obvious contender. Carol Blaster I still haven't played. I will, though. Shadow Complex. Damn it, mute. Mega Man Zero? Really? I never played Mega Man Zero, so I didn't know it was set up like this. Ape Escape? No, that's a Metroidvania? Oh, no, please don't kill me. Wow. See, you can't. When it comes to this game, you really can't just start rushing around, because then you just get yourself killed. Also, Dem, thank you for the tech support the other night. I really appreciate that. Dem helped me get my SSD working. Little did he know that I would spend the next number of days just trying to get everything working on my computer again. No fault of his own, of course. He did a good job. This fucking dude. Every time. Every fucking time. I don't like that I have to be directly below him. Ah. It's muted again. This is gonna be a common theme. Just take a shot every time I say I was muted. Wonder if... God damn it! Ah! It's just... I'll start a sentence and then I'll be like, oh wait, no, they can't hear me. Fuck! As I've said in the past, the problem with this... Oh god, not the problem, but the problem with Metroidvania games, not this. Look at this, I have 1 health. Like a jerk. Like a real fucking jerk. Alright, I need to do I need to perform emergency surgery on my headphones. So you guys, please wait. I might be about 5 minutes. And then I'll come back and play more Xeodrifter than maybe some Captain Toad. So I have to fix my headset. I'll be back. I'm sorry. It has to be done. Let me get a BRB. Muted mid-sentence. And I will, in fact, BRB. Okay, I think this'll fix it. It doesn't seem nearly as loose. I had to really, really put some effort into making this thing work, and now it feels pretty tight. It doesn't look like, even when I kind of mess around with it, doesn't look like it's bad. Anyway, so listen, people are still talking about stuff in the chat, so listen. Quick few things. People are spreading misinformation. Misinformation everywhere. So I want to tell you guys what's going on so you understand. We're not getting rid of Chitango. Right now, it's being DDoS'd. But we're not getting rid of it. Chitango's down, period, for everyone, ever. We don't know what's going on with it. When it comes back and we do our site design, it will still remain on Vinesauce.com. It won't load as soon as you get to the main page, but you can click a button and you can still chat on Chitango. It just won't be the first thing you see when you go to Vinesauce.com. It's as simple as that. And the fact that it's down right now has absolutely nothing to do with us. So, misinformation is quelled. It's just people that are joining us and they don't know this stuff. Of course, the information gets weird. People start making assumptions. It does 2 damage. Anyway, sorry about the delay. It looks like I won't get muted anymore. I put a piece of tape over the mute function. So, in my reckoning, that tape will make sure that it doesn't get muted by accident. Not even gravity can defeat me now. I have become anti-gravity. I need to stop rushing into situations. Want to die. God damn it. Ah, that does 2 damage too. God, this game is fucking hard. This game sucks. It's too hard. It's too hard. I need Babu games, guys. I can't play games like this. That's as far as I've gotten yet. Could use a health power-up. Anything with health would be great right about now. Oh, there we go. Health. Beautiful. And a boss. What the fuck? He just killed his own kids. This guy is a psychopath. Wrong way. Wow. This is gonna suck. How much of the poopy do I have to evade? Shit. Almost. Almost got it. Still going. Oh, jeez, please, God. Please. Gotcha. Alright, another boss down, another item acquired, hopefully. Phase. I can't go this way. Oh, wrong way. That's how I got here. Sorry. Oh, so that's how you get past that stuff. So it looks like I'm fully powered up at this point. Which means it's time to start searching for the rest of the health and gun power-ups, and then maybe the final area. I'm not entirely sure. I don't need to go that way. Nope. If I have to redo that boss, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, found a secret. Oh, this is the one I was at before. It's health. And nothing else. God damn it. There we go. Some health. Gun. Jeez, this area is great. Free gun. Free health. So now I can do maximum speed with a lot of firepower. It sounds like a pinball fuck machine. I don't even know really what that means. Anyone need a band name? There's more stuff over here. Oh wait, no, this is just a shortcut. Now it is time to look for more items. I guess we'll go to the green planet first. Now, if only I could remember where I left all those items that I couldn't get. I don't think there's anything this way, though. Am I missing only 2 gun pieces? Yes. I'm missing some health and maybe 2 gun pieces. I don't think there's anything up this way. At least I don't recall there being anything up this way. I want to check anyway, though. Nope. No, this place is... I think this place is mined. Or unless there's something up here. Oh, there's a gun piece that I completely missed. So, 1 more gun piece remains. Shovel Knight, really? Some people really, really loved Shovel Knight. I loved it, but I didn't think it was my game of the year. I like retro games. I really do. I like the retro style games. I like games that emulate some of the conventions of my youth, or that were like popular around that time, or that was really all they had. But I feel like it really didn't. No. Shovel Knight it just wasn't my game of the year. I really can't put it any way other than that. It was great. I really enjoyed it, had a great time with it. But there was a lot of other stuff that I really liked. I liked Rogue Legacy. I'm gonna head to Red Planet. Grimrock 2 is pretty damn close to being the best one. Let me think about this for a minute. Grimrock 2 was pretty close. Smash Brothers Wii U was pretty close. I don't think I have a single game of the year. I really don't. Not yet. I need to think about this. But Grimrock 2, Shovel Knight was definitely in the contenders, but it wasn't. It's not going to be my game of the year. Smash is just incredibly fun. What else came out this year? Donkey Kong Country Returns. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was pretty goddamn amazing. Just saying. It came out way earlier in the year, but that doesn't mean it wasn't amazing. Binding of Isaac was good. Binding of Isaac was very, very good. I don't know if I'd place that in my Game of the Year category. In terms of Grimrock 2, I didn't finish it. I'm still working on it on the stream. Like, you'll get a stream of that soon. But I would say that that's probably... That's Game of the Year material simply because of how amazing it is as a sequel. I think it's one of the best sequels I've ever played. It gets everything right. Captain Toad is Game of the Year. Kirby Triple Deluxe was good. I wouldn't put that in my Game of the Year category, but it was a fun game. It's been a great year. There's been a lot of really good games. And sadly, the game I probably put the most amount of time in is Hyrule Warriors. Mario Kart 8 came out this year, too. What else came out? Far Cry 4, that's not Game of the Year material by any means. But, very solid. Well, not when I'm trying to start the fucking game, but, you know, it's a good game. When it decides to load, it's good. Nintendo did have a very good year, and that is with all the bias of a Nintendo fan, and with none of it as well, because even though I'm biased, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Bayonetta 2, I know Nintendo didn't develop that. I didn't play Bayonetta 2, but I'm just speaking from a critical perspective. These games have been really, really well liked, and have sold pretty well. There's the final gun power-up. Best gun. They did a good job. Nintendo had a very good year, and it was a good year to be a Nintendo fan. Some good eShop titles, a lot of good stuff. 3DS has had some pretty good stuff going on. Tomodachi Life came out this year, Fantasy Life came out this year, Smash 3DS. Some other stuff I'm probably forgetting about. Kirby, I mentioned Kirby. And what else? That's all I got at the moment. I was just so happy that Binding of Isaac turned out to be a release for this year. I thought it was going to take even longer to come out. And it ended up being amazing. That's definitely a contender. Shit, man. Choosing a single game. Can't do it. I just can't do it. 3-way tie. 4-way tie. Tropical Freeze. Isaac, Grimrock, and Smash Brothers for Wii U. That's my 4-way tie for Game of the Year. Yoshi? Yeah, no Yoshi games have ever been considered Game of the Year material. Except Yoshi's Island, the original Yoshi's Island. I never played Yoshi's Story, actually, so I can't make a judgment on that, but one of my best friends had it when I was growing up, and he said it was garbage, and I watched him play it, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't look like the Yoshi I remember. So, but Joel loves it, and some other people love it. It's apparently a cult classic, I guess, Yoshi Story. How am I gonna fight this guy with no health? I do want to see what Yoshi's Woolly World is all about, though, because the developer said it's going to be a challenging game. It's going to have co-op. It's got a great art style. That could be the game that saves the Yoshi franchise. Also, did you guys hear about the Metroid game that was supposedly in development and then canceled in favor of, oh god, who was doing it? I forget who was doing it. There was someone was... Nintendo gave Metroid to another developer, and they had like a Metroid prototype for the 3DS, and then it was canceled. I read about this the other day. I was so fucking livid when I read that. Oh, why did I go under him? It's such a stupid move. There you go. Just stole his health. At least Nintendo's smart. At least they're not pretending like Other M wasn't a very difficult game for that company. Like, they got a lot of shit for Other M. And they've been very careful. Like, they're not just releasing whatever Metroid they could think up. Like, oh, let's drum up a new Metroid game just to make fans happy. Like, no. Let's actually wait until we have something that we know is gonna be good. Oh shit. The hell is this? It's the big twist. I'm inside him. Or it's another dimension. Or it's another dimension where I'm inside him. I can't figure out which one yet. He was wounded, guys. He was weak. I didn't have time to think or react. He was weak. I killed him. Now we're gonna go pollute the rest of the solar system with warp core fumes. Passing by aliens are just gonna, like, suffocate on the warp core fumes. The real villain is Xeodrifter. The hero was the boss that I fought over and over again. I wonder if there's another way to handle that ending. Like, I wonder if I didn't just shoot, what would have happened? that's the end of the game. It's short. It's a short game. I knew this going in. I've been following the development, at least loosely, and yeah, it's short. So, you know, you get maybe a 3-4 hour game, depending on how meticulous you are about it. But I like it. I thought it was good. The only thing that I want from this game is more of it. And that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It means that they did a good job. Jules and Renegade Kid did a good job with it. But it's bad because there's not enough of it. So... I got 97%. I missed 2 things. Yeah, I wonder if there's a different ending. Can anyone confirm if there's a different ending or not? Hang on. It doesn't look like it. If there is, I'll come back to it. But for now, this is all there is. It's a start of something that could be a nice IP for Renegade Kid, I think. I think Xeodrifter 2 could expand on this concept and be a much better game. Really, it's not even about being better, it's just about being longer. The game itself was awesome. Alright. I'm gonna give away a copy of the game for Steam. So if you're interested in playing it yourself and you know you'll play it, then this will be for you. So give me 1 second here. I have to find the raffle thing. Okay, I might have to get the login. I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. Got it. Okay, so there was a mute. I've been saying stuff for the past 2-3 minutes, so we don't need to have things to talk about. That was actually my fault, because I muted myself and then forgot to unmute myself. So what I was trying to say was we're gonna do a raffle for Xeodrifter. I don't even remember what I said. Okay, so I recommend the game for the 3DS because if you have a few minutes and you want to just play like on the bus or something, I think that's the best way to play a game like this. But you know, but the PC could also work. So the Steam version is what I'll be giving away. What else? Hang on, just throwing a few tunes while we're doing this. Okay. Also, I was saying, like, for this Christmas, we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. I have a copy of Far Cry 4 that I'm going to be giving away. So, it's going to be cool. Full copy, legit game, Far Cry 4. You can win it on Steam. That'll be this Christmas. So, in the next week or two, we'll start doing some giveaways. I've got Castle Crashers and a ton of other games. And I'm even going to buy some stuff for the when the sale happens. I'll buy a bunch of things. We'll do a bunch of giveaways. Maybe we'll figure out how to do some contests or something too. It's still a work in progress, but I do have a copy of Far Cry 4, so that's something I'll definitely do. Renegade Jules, you have a 3DS code for Z. Oh, Jules is here, my friends. Is that the real Jules? I can't really prove that it is, but then again, I can't prove it isn't. So, okay, we're gonna do the raffle. I didn't start it yet. 5 minutes on the clock. It should be. No, not yet. Hang on. Okay. Go to vsraffles.zazzy.bar and you can win a copy of Xeodrifter on Steam. 5 minutes are on the clock. Be sure to enter your correct email address, guys. Correct email address, otherwise I can't send it to you. So, hang on a sec. What are you doing? No. Do not type Raffle. What the fuck? What the hell are you guys doing? At no point did I tell you to type Raffle, please. Hang on. It's vsraffles.zazzy.bar. I'll link you. Okay, so that's where you gotta go. There's 240 people that have entered so far. So good luck, and hopefully you'll get a chance to win. Now, let's see. I wonder if that's actually Jules hanging out with us. Well, whatever. In any case, if you guys have any questions, now is the time. I will answer them. It's Chrono Cross music, yeah. Do not type Raffle in the chat. That person is trolling you. It won't work. There is no raffle going on in the chat. You have to go to vsraffles.zazzy.bar. Which headset do I have? I have the AKG HSC 271. Would I rather be made into a pancake or a waffle? I think a waffle, but I love pancakes. Just waffles have better texture. For username, just put whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Put your chat name. Jules, if that's... Is that... Okay, he says it's him. And he says that he's been trying to give out a code for the 3DS version in the chat. So if you guys have... If anyone's seen it, you should try it out. I think it might work. That might be Jules himself. I have to say, this was a good experience. It was a short experience, but it was very enjoyable. Any albums that came out that you're listening to? No. Nothing new. Just the usual. The usual stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Jules. Thank you. Thank you for making it, man. It was fun. I look forward to the next Renegade Kid games. What do I think the best Mega Man game is? My favorite is just the original Mega Man X. Obscure bands? I don't really listen to a lot of obscure bands. Is Mike alive and will you stream together? Yes. Oh, the soundtrack for, according to Jules, the soundtrack for Xeodrifter is on Bandcamp and it's free. I actually just bought a tube amp for my guitar because Mike and I are planning on jamming. And my previous amp was a shitty modeling amp, and it really wasn't that good. So I bought a tube amp. You know, I don't really spend a lot of money on stuff. So for this Christmas, I wanted to buy the SSD, and I wanted to buy an amp that's not going to crap out on me at every possible moment, which is what my old modeling amp did. It was basically, it's an electronic amp. It's electric. And it wasn't very good. So this tube amp I got for really, really good price. It was like super cheap. $220 for a tube amp. If anyone knows what a tube amp is, that's insane. The price is insane. Anyway, it's called the Vaporizer, and look at it. It's so dumb looking, but it's green, and it's got a robot on the front of it. It's supposed to be like a vintage model, and it's really, really, really nice sounding. So for the price, I got a really good tube amp with Fender innards. That normally would have cost me like $500, $600. But it is cool. It's actually a really, really good amp. Sounds great with my Jaguar, and it gets really loud. And I got a DoD overdrive preamp pedal as well. So, yeah, Mike and I are going to start making music again. Should be fun. Anyway, the winner of the raffle is Tenries. So, Tenries, congratulations. I hope you enjoy Xeodrifter. Really excited. Okay, there you go. Jules just posted it in the chat. There's the code, the 3DS code. Hey, Jules, I have a question. Do you have Skype? And would you like to talk for a minute about the development of Xeodrifter on stream? For like 20 minutes. Just a few quick questions. Talk about the game, some of your favorites, and you know, just an impromptu, I guess, interview, but more of an impromptu chat than anything else. So, while I wait for the 30-second delay to catch up, I'm going to send this code over to Tenries. Oh, he said sure. That's great. Perfect. Gaming Geek 12 apparently got the code, so congrats to you for getting the 3DS code. And the Steam code is being sent over to Tenries right now. Where's this music? Oh, Castlevania. Okay. Tenries, check your email. You should have it. It's a Steam code. Jules, my Skype is just Vinesauce. Oh, okay. I'll just add you. Please, guys, don't try to add me because my Skype is clusterfucked, and it's just I can't keep in touch with that many people, man. I used to add people when we did like campfire and giveaways, and now my Skype is just a mess. So, all right, let's have a quick chat with the developer of Xeodrifter, and let us put up a picture. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Hey, Jules.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I did not expect this.
This is officially like the 5th or 6th time this has happened
That's
since I
awesome,
started
man.
the stream. Sometimes people just, you know, like I'll play a game and they'll show up and chat, and I'll be like, "Hey, this is a great opportunity."
I know. I thought I'd get away with just being a lurker, but apparently not.
Sorry, man. I almost
That's all
missed
right.
you. I almost missed your name in the chat there, but I'm happy you agreed to this.
That chat's amazing. It's going by so fast. People are saying random stuff. I was like, "There's no way he's gonna see anything I'm saying." I'm like, "Whatever. I'll just enjoy it."
I got completely lucky. Yeah. And thank you for hooking some of our viewers up, hooking a
Yeah,
viewer up.
hopefully someone grabbed it. I don't know if anyone saw it. I put it in a couple of times. I'm sure you can look through the history and hopefully find it, but it is legit. It will work for the first person who grabs it. But thanks for playing it, man. I'm scared of you and you playing my games because you are brutally honest. So I'm really totally blown away that you actually like it. Because I saw your Moon Chronicles one and you were like, yeah, it's over in an hour. What the hell? And all that kind of stuff, which you're totally justified to say.
Well,
So,
that was episode 1. Apparently, I'm really low, by the way. Something's going on with my microphone. Give me 1 second.
all right.
I think Skype.
Am I too quiet? Maybe I don't know.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Skype likes to adjust microphone settings and make things really complicated. I think that could be a problem. Hang on, I'll try one more thing. Apparently, I'm still too low. I just reinstalled a bunch of stuff on my computer, so everything is like completely just.
Yeah, I joined the stream from the beginning, so I got the whole down low on all of that action. No, it's good. It's good.
Being muted. Oh God. Okay. I should be back.
You know what's funny though? I didn't. When you said, "Oh, I've been muted," I'm like, I didn't hear anything being muted. You sounded like you weren't being muted, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like, eventually it started.
I guess.
Yeah, it just started like stuttering and it fixed itself. I actually fixed it so I don't get muted, but we're good now. Okay.
Awesome.
So now I'm too loud, I think. Yeah, too loud.
Of course you are.
Of all the days to do an interview with someone, it's the day that I get back streaming for the first time. Amazing. I'm not too loud on your end, am I?
For me, no, you're perfect. It's great. I don't hear any differences in the audio. You sound the same the whole time for me.
Okay, yeah, Skype is doing something strange here.
And I probably sound really echoey compared to you because you sound like you have a really nice mic with a compressor and stuff going on, and I have a shitty, I don't know, webcam thing.
Yeah, I think I'm good now. Guys, let me know if I'm too loud. If I'm too loud, then yeah, we'll just leave it. Let's try it out. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, I am brutally honest. Now, here's the thing. My audience, they expect that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because, you know, if they come and they see me stream a game that someone gave me a code for,
right?
They're extra. Like, oh, you know, what's he doing?
It's the only way you can be. If you're going to be critical, you have to be consistent. And I appreciate that for sure. That's why I'm scared.
I hear you.
I know he's not going to hold anything back. And it's like, so I'm like, really... not everything you've said today, I completely agree, and I love you for it. It's awesome. I mean, for me, you know, this game, this project has been such a shotgun project, and everything you've said about us and the reason we did it and the constraints you're under, completely right on. So for us, it's been like a whirlwind 5-month boom project, literally from the conception of what the hell are we going to do to fucking hey, Nintendo approved us, and now it's released. It's been like an absolute crazy whirlwind, and so now it's out. So it's ridiculously gratifying for someone like you to play it and be like, yeah, I like this. And I'm like, I mean, that's what you do it for, right?
That's what I do it for. I have to say that, you know, I'm surprised I actually managed to predict some of the stuff that I that I said. I was like, oh, well, I wonder how this game came out so quickly. It was like such a quick thing. I remember reading about it on Go Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, okay, this is coming out like when? That's amazing. So when I saw that it was such a quick project, I figured, okay, there's got to be, like, they wanted to get this thing done. But the thing is, it doesn't suffer from the quick development time. I'd say for a game that came out with 5 months of development time, it's tight, it plays well, presentation's nice, it's got a few really nice little elements in that I haven't seen really anywhere else. I love the guns. I love the way you kind of drift into the background and back and forth. Going to different planets is great. Even the little character, like just the dude himself, it's like, it feels like a new IP for you guys.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I mean, you're right. It shows in the boss, the repetition. Obviously, we wouldn't, ideally we know that's not the way it should be. Every boss should be a new encounter. So we tried our hardest to try and make it as fresh, at least from a gameplay perspective, on each encounter. And which at the end of the day, if there's one thing you can get in variety, it's going to be the gameplay over visuals. But ideally it would be both. Yeah, and the length, it would be nice to make it longer. And honestly, we could have padded it and stretched it out like a lot of games do. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I like the potency of like wham bam. There's really not much elbow room and just kind of that sense of padding that you can feel in some games. You're like, yeah, they put that over there just so I had to go over there. You know, it could have just been there and that would have been cool, but it's not. It's twice the distance away, and you can kind of tell they did that to kind of stretch the game out. I just didn't want to do that for this game. I wanted to make it really tight, crisscross across the whole thing. Once you know what you're doing, it's like bam, 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 boom, I'm done. I mean, I can beat it in an hour, you know, because I know where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. I can get 100% in an hour or just less than that, which is one of the Steam achievements, is beat the game in less than an hour.
That's cool.
But when you don't know what you're doing, that's what's kind of fun. You're like, what the hell? And I kind of like that because it feels real in the sense of the old 8-bit games where the story, you were the story. You were the character in the game. You were writing the story as you were playing the game. And I like that Xeodrifter kind of does that, where you're dumped in there right from the beginning. There's 4 planets where you're going to go. So it's really from day one or second one, the first second I should say, you're like, oh, okay, well, what the hell? Where am I supposed to go? And I kind of like that you kind of fumble around for, you know, maybe 3 to 6 hours, and you finally get to the end and go, oh, okay, cool. And hopefully you feel like it was real, you know? I know it's silly to say that, but from a gamer's perspective, when you're in the game and you're enjoying it, hopefully it feels somewhat real, like you're experiencing that. Like this little guy, his warp core busted, he got stuck in this cluster of planets. All right, well, shit, I guess I'm going to figure it out. I did a scan. Oh, there's some energy signatures around here. One of those might be what I'm looking for. Let's go. Anyway, sorry for rambling, but that's kind of what the idea was anyway. So yeah,
that's kind of really what I wanted to hear from you. Like, I know that the game feels short for like people that are expecting these long, you know, tremendous adventures. But like I tell, you know, people when I'm streaming, there is, oh God, what was it? There was a game recently. I probably shouldn't even say the name of it, but there's a game I played recently. I can't remember what it is anyway, but it felt like, okay, yeah, you're just trying to get me to do extra stuff just to pad the game, like you said. And that to me is almost worse than if you're going to have a game that's on the shorter side.
Right.
Xeodrifter, for the 3 hours or so, 3.5 hours, whatever it was that I played through it, I enjoyed every minute of it. You know, even the boss encounters that people were like, oh, it's just the same guy. Well, each time you fight the guy, it's a different pattern and you have to learn different tactics. When that happened, I felt like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is like kind of, it doesn't feel exactly the same as the previous one, and it still retains that sense of similarity. And by the time the game was finished, it felt like a game. It felt like a full game, you know, and it was nice to get that little dude back in his ship. So that's the best part about a game that's tight, that goes by quickly. And of course, this is another thing is it's an eShop game. It's a game you can play on the bus. It's a game you can play on your way to work, 20 minutes a day. And when you have a game like that, it's nice to have like bite-sized little kind of, you know, chunks of gameplay that you can approach. So
that's awesome, man. Well, it's amazing that you like it, and you kind of, you know, when players like have this similar perspective that we do of our own games, that just feels great, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than you put something out there and everyone, you know, is either slamming it or even celebrating it for things that you don't think are important or whatever. It's kind of like, oh man.
It means you did something right, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny actually, and weirdly enough, it was originally supposed to be a much shorter, more of an Ikachan kind of game, more like an hour or two, a much smaller, even more compressed game than it actually turned out being. And we were trying to get it done in 3 months.
Oh, wow.
But then we were like, no, it's not really working. We kind of got ideas and we kind of expanded on things, and the whole kind of double fake ending. The seventh boss actually didn't even used to exist, but you know, I'm a huge fan of Wind Waker, and I really like the ending of that, where they have these multiple endings. Like you feel it's over, but it's not, and there's another one. You're like, oh, it's cool. So we wanted to do something like that with this. I'm really glad we did that with the guy dropping down and grabbing the warp shard at the end there, and then him flying off, and you got this mini little gauntlet to go through. You kill him, and then you get taken to this weird trippy place, and you have to kind of traverse that to finally kill him.
I like that.
It just feels a little bit more epic, you know, than oh, I killed a boss, I'm done, sweet. It adds a little bit of extra sense of time and place and scope, which is like for me. Yeah, and Matthew, who's my partner in crime with our 2D games, he did a lot of the music as well as being a programmer, and also doing the audio. And just man, I just love the music at the end where you've beat the guy and your little ship is now on autopilot, kind of circles around and it does that dun, 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 and it kind of takes off and shoots off through the stars. When I saw that for the first time, because he totally choreographed that whole thing, music, code, the whole shebang. I'm like, dude, I feel good. I feel accomplished. I did what I was supposed to do. Get the hell out of there. Let's bring on the sequel. I mean, that's what I feel like when I beat that. It's like, sweet, good job, man.
And the reception has been pretty positive to the game, yeah?
Yeah, no, it has. Yeah, it's like Nintendo World Report, like gave it 8.5, I think, and who else? There's an 8 out there as well. But people seem to be liking it, and the players on Miiverse are really enjoying it. And showing screenshots of the little Meat and Mud's room and
the little
stuff like that.
Hidden room there.
People seem to really like it. I mean, people complain about the boss and the length, and I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong, but but they like the rest of it, so it seems pretty good so far.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the process of making a game like this, like so quickly, because I find that fascinating that you were able to make a high quality game in a short amount of time. Some people would take 2 years if it was just them and one other person. Now, Renegade Kid has a development team, so obviously you guys can compartmentalize and stuff, but when you set out to make a game that's like this, and you say, all right, we want to do this quick and get up something quality out the door, what do you do? Like, how do you approach it? Do you just not spend too much time on one element? You're just like, okay, this is done, let's move on.
For me, the first thing was even though I knew we had very little time, like literally just a few months, I spent a long time, ironically, on the world map, not the star chart you see in the game, but the mini map, where, and it wasn't, not the one in the game, but I mean, from a design perspective, figuring out, okay, I start here, where is the first obstacle progression blocker that I'm going to meet, but I can't overcome yet? Where is that? And then where is the power up that lets me get past that? And then what is the journey between that, and then getting back to that? And making sure the player is aware of that connection when they get the power up, I can go here and use that. Sweet. So getting that entire thing figured out over the entire game in design form was the first thing. I spent literally a week just working on that. Because for me, that is Metroid. That's the heart of the game. If you get that even semi-decent, then that's a great foundation. If that's a mess, well, the game's going to be a disaster. Yeah. The player will get lost and frustrated and just say, nah, forget it, and just finish the game. Turn the game off, I mean. So I spent a long time on that, and that not only helps the flow of the game, which I think is the heart of the game, but also establishes the scope of the entire game, how many levels there are, how many different art styles there'll need to be and stuff like that. So that gave me a great idea of what the game's about, And I had already done a mock-up, actually, of the game, which was supposed to be a demake of Moon Chronicles. Mm-hmm. I did a cute little mock-up, and I had the little guy in it that's actually, is in Xeodrifter. As the moon guy, and I did a mock-up of that ages ago, and I was like, I could use that, and that was a nice kind of NES 8-bit style. So I'm like, well, that's cool, because I'm doing all the artwork, so so that's cool. 4 colors basically on everything.
And you actually did do all the artwork in this game?
Not all of it. That's what I set out to do originally, but I did all I did the main character, did all the level artwork. I did some of the enemies, and I brought in a good friend of mine, Michael Veroni, who's a very talented pixel artist. He did a bunch of the enemies and did all of the boss animations and designs. So he helped me with a lot of the AI enemy design, visual design and creation animations. But everything else I did the artwork for. And
okay.
So it was me and Matthew. I did the art and the design. Matthew did the programming and the audio and some music. And then part-time, we had Michael doing some of the enemy artwork. And then we had Sothi do the main planet music, while Matthew did some other music like the title tune and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then Brian Altano, who's just a friend of mine, when he heard the announcement of the game, he had just finished a tune. he said, "Hey, I'd love to put this tune in your game." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet, let me check it out." I listened to it, and that's the end credits music, which is a lot more synthy and not very chiptune. So I'm like, well, how the hell are we going to fit that in the game? It sounds awesome. It's the right vibe, but how do we fit that in the game without it just seeming stupid?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, perfect, put on the end credits, because then that's a perfect kind of, cut. And it does, for me anyway, I think it feels real nice, a little bit more cinematic when you suddenly it feels a little bit higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was the whole team, and that was it. Anyway, so that was the first part, is getting the scope done, and then establishing, okay, well, I know I'm doing all the artwork, or most of it. So it has to be very, very basic. And I love working with the NES palette because, well, it immediately, subconsciously or consciously connects with you. If you're a fan of the NES, you kind of, those colors are so ugly in some ways. You kind of like, you can't help but notice that horrible brown or that weird pink or that weird blue. You're like, oh yeah, but at the same time, I like limitations. So I like having that 64 color palette or whatever it is, 48 maybe, I'm not sure exactly. And you have to use that. It's kind of fun. I'm like, okay, I'll make Planet 3. Okay, what the hell am I going to use to make this not look bad,
Right.
And that's fun. It's fun to play around with that. And then actually, in the middle of that, while I was establishing the artwork, I saw No Man's Sky for the first time. And I was like, oh man, those colors are incredible.
Yeah.
I totally steal that idea.
Yeah.
Put it in this silly little 8-bit game. So that's kind of where a lot of the color inspiration came from, was that. Because it was like, oh, that's just beautiful. The pinks and the yellows, and yeah. So that was a big inspiration in that way.
I think you want a game to stand out a little bit and not look like all the grim dark stuff that's out there. It looks so similar, and then you see something like this. It's bright, it's colorful,
right?
But yet it's fun. What everything is. You know where you're at. It looks like an alien planet. And that's the type of stuff I like to see. Shovel Knight did a good job with its color palette too.
Shovel Knight's amazing. I love that game. Really,
Me too.
Really fun.
As I mentioned earlier, maybe not my game of the year, but damn close.
Yeah, really top quality game. And then as far as other light time saving stuff, we finished up MUDs, of course. We had some enemies done for Treasure Noughts. We had a few other prototypes we had done over the years. So I was like, all right, I need to borrow some of the AI from those games and try and change them in a way that they're maybe hopefully not as recognized as I just stole them from ourselves. And then we can put artwork on. Obviously, they look different, but as long as we can take the core AI and change even the speed or the delay or something of it, it can dramatically change the effect of them from a gameplay perspective. So that was a big part of it as well. Was okay, what can we salvage from ourselves and mess with it?
Right.
So that helped a lot as well.
So resources that maybe were borrowed, that's another tactic.
Yeah.
But was there any other like you didn't really have a deadline? Did you just want to get it out by the end of the year, or?
Yeah, originally the aim was the third quarter. So I guess it would be by the end of September was the original plan. Obviously, we completely missed that. And that was a conscious decision to be like, no, this game could be a lot better if we just don't do that. So we kept going. And then we got to the point like, oh shit, I don't even know if we're going to get it out this year. So fortunately, it went through first time at Nintendo and got approved, which has only happened once for us. And that was our first game, ironically, Dementium. So that was very fortunate. But also a testament to Matthew's, ability as a programmer. He's very clean as he goes and cleans up after himself, kind of thing. So that helps a lot. So no, it's very financially, just to be completely honest, we wanted to get a game out this year because the way we get paid from Nintendo on this kind of stuff is any revenue that's made this quarter, for example, we get paid 30 days after the end of this quarter. So we're like, sweet, if we make any money now, we get paid at the end of January. It's awesome.
Right.
As soon as it slipped into January, shit, we don't get paid until April. So for us who has no money, we're like, yes, we need to make that happen.
Right.
But, I definitely try and make the game as good as it possibly can be within that time. Unlike, I think someone was mentioning earlier, things like Sonic Boom. I don't know how that shit happens. I mean, geez Louise. Sega has more money than I don't know what. And that happens. So anyway, we definitely we try to avoid that kind of crap because that's just embarrassing, I think. I
just read an article about Sonic Boom today, actually, that you said, it's funny you say that said the new worst Sonic game.
Yeah.
Like you have a bar that's set so low. Congratulations. You just you limboed under it. It's bizarre to me.
Like
Yeah.
I like Jim Sterling. I watch a lot of his videos. I think he's bang on, and he was saying, he made some really good points where they've had flashes of good stuff, like Lost World. Not great, but it had some flashes of like, yeah, that has potential. That was pretty cool. Like level 1, for example, of Sonic Lost World is pretty good. The rest of the game kind of gets a bit shaky. But if they just took that and just built upon it rather than reinvent the wheel every time, it's just, anyway, whatever.
No, you're right. No, it's a good thing to think about for a developer. Now, let's just very quickly, let's talk about some future projects. I'm really excited about the rest of the Moon stuff because you correctly noted that I was like, all right, this is short.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it comes to me telling the audience that a game is short, even if it's just the first episode, that's just me saying, all right, well, I acknowledge what you guys are saying, and I agree. The game is short, but it's episodic, so there's going to be more.
Yeah.
But I completely understand that it's going to be other installments. My question is, though, how many installments and when can we expect them?
So they're all done. They're all sitting at Nintendo now, waiting for their magic wand of approval. So we're very close to having their approval. So hopefully they'll come out, touch wood, in January. So really, really soon. There's 3 other episodes. So that will complete the 4-episode season. So everyone should be able to get them in January.
Cool. They're releasing at the same time?
Yeah. Originally, we had the grand plan of, actually doing an episodic the way you would think you'd want to do the episodic. You release the first episode, great. And then a little short while later, a month or 3 later, ideally a month, episode 2 will come out and so on. So we obviously didn't do that. Not because we didn't want to, but it's just shit happens and we have other stuff come up and
of course.
Whatever. We're like, well, we blew that. So, all right, let's just submit them all at the same time, get them all approved at the same time, and then boom, just release them all at once. And also we learned that people don't like episodic. So we released it. Well, no, that's not completely true. But the way we did episodic, they didn't like it. We released episode 1, and it's kind of like, yeah, great, I want episode 2 now. So, or there's some people like, I don't like episodic. Just give me the whole freaking thing so I can buy the whole game.
Right.
So it's like, fair enough, I get it. You're totally right. So,
unless it's Telltale gets away with it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, they do, and they do a good job. I think for us, if we were to attempt this again, the best way to do it is you release a full game first, and you're like, sweet, great, full 8-ish, 12-hour, whatever experience, awesome. Now I want another episode to continue the story, if I give a shit.
Sure.
Rather than releasing it piecemeal up front was just a bad idea. I wanted to try it, and I'm glad we did, but lessons learned, we won't be doing that again.
That's okay. That's the thing. I mean, you guys are still relatively, I wouldn't say relatively new. You've been around for a little while, but you're establishing yourselves, so you're allowed to make these
things.
At least you're trying to do something a little bit different, and you're like, all right, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing.
It's fun to try. I mean, we get burned for it, but it's okay.
It happens.
We like to risk things. I think from the very beginning of us starting off, our first game was Dementium, and a survival horror on the DS, and we're like, fine, it's going against the grain a little bit, but that's what's fun, is to try different things rather than just do licensed crap.
Right. The same, yeah. And then we all know how people end up feeling about that. At least now you have like a fan base. You've established a name for yourself. Like, there's some good stuff going on. Now I really want to talk about so you got Moon Chronicles for the 3DS. That's one that's coming out in January. That's great. I'm looking forward to that. I will be streaming that. Then you have also Treasure Knots, which I was going to ask you about. I'm just curious. I know you maybe took a little sabbatical on that game for a bit.
Right. Yep.
How's that looking?
Really good. Actually, recently I just wrote a post-mortem of Xeodrifter for Gama Sutra. It's Christian's looking at it now to fix all of my mistakes, and it'll be up there whenever, I don't know. But anyway, the reason I mentioned that is we delayed Treasure Knots again because of Xeodrifter, and obviously that pissed off a lot of people, understandably. Anyway, it's looking really good. The reason it had a weird life. Anyway, the short version is we needed to release something this year. We were working on Treasure Knots at the time. Also, this was just after our dismal failure of a Kickstarter campaign with Colt County, which is a whole other subject.
Yeah.
So I was honestly feeling pretty depressed. Not literally depressed, because thankfully I'm not I don't get actually depressed, but I was feeling a little low.
Yeah.
Because after a month of slogging it out to get absolutely nothing and also ridicule at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, that sucks. So we were going to jump into Treasure and we're like, well, we need to release something this year because obviously financially Colt County would have been helpful, but that didn't happen. So I was like, oh, okay. And looking at what we wanted to do with Treasure it just didn't fit in this year. So the choice was, do we scope Treasure down to make sure it fits, or do we make a new game that's tiny and fits in this year? And we obviously chose the latter, because I just didn't want to mess up Treasure. People seemed to really be excited about it, so I didn't, which was still kind of surprising me because it's like I'm still trying to understand what is it people like about it. I want to make sure I capture that.
I know what I'm excited about for it.
All right, cool. What is it?
I like collecting treasure.
Yes.
I do. I like the different characters angle. I like the different weapons, and it reminds me a bit of some of my favorite games. Cool. It's got a cool aesthetic. Cool. I mean, there's a lot of good reasons.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, and I kind of rescoped it after, what was it now? We were making it last year. We even took it to some Nintendo shows and stuff, and they even flew us out and stuff, and we were really rolling on it. And I guess then Moon Chronicles came along because we got the rights back for that. So like, oh, we should do this. So that kind of threw a spanner in the works. And then the Colt County thing, and then I don't know, just it's been crazy. So then after having some time away from working on Treasure I came back to it, and I didn't feel like it was reaching the potential of what people wanted it to reach. Not that it was bad, but I just wanted it to be better. I wanted it to be special. I wanted it to be like, whereas Mutant Mudds and Xeodrifter were more like an 8-bit experience, I wanted Treasure to be like a 16-bit experience. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
More like a Super Mario World rather than Super Mario Brothers. That's a huge difference between the two games.
Sure.
So for me, Treasure was somewhere in the middle of that. And I'm like, nah, I need to push it further. I need it to be bigger and better. So I wrote down all these notes and these ideas, and I was like, oh, it's just way out of scope now. So then I was like, well, that's not going to fit in this year. I don't want to mess it up. And that's when Xeodrifter was born. But anyway, to actually answer your question, it's going really well. The reason I talk about all of those reasons and stuff, I know that some people don't believe me. And they just think it's in trouble and they think it's a nightmare project, and that's why it's never being released. And unfortunately, it has actually nothing to do with Treasure. It has all these other things just kind of getting in its way and messing it up, just because we don't have a ton of cash to go, cool, we can sit back for a good 9 to 12 months and just make Treasure Knots. We don't have that luxury. So we just have to kind of work on it when we can, and also try and make money.
Of course. No, I appreciate the honesty, by the way, about, being a developer is not just, well, look, I'm going to make this game because it's my artistic vision. You can put the artistic vision in a game, but you need money to do that. You need to eat, you need to feed your people, and you need to be able to have the comfort to make a video game. So when you're talking about like, okay, I want to make this game as good as possible, it's like, it reminds me of the old Shigeru Miyamoto quote. A delayed game is eventually good, but a bad game is bad forever.
Right.
You want Treasure Knots to come out the door next year or whenever, and you want it to be as good as it can be right out the gate.
Yeah.
And that's something I've always talked about on the stream. I've cited that quote so many times.
Yeah.
And of course it requires money, and it requires people to work at their full potential without being completely strapped for necessities of life. So yeah, it's a business. It's a business, but it's the best business in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love making games. So for me, I want to be in the financial and mental stability. I want to have the mental and financial stability to pour that fun passion into Treasure Knots rather than be worried about silly stuff, because that can mess things up.
Sure.
But and actually Shovel Knight was a real help in that. When I saw that and played that, I'm like, oh, this is just wonderful, and it helped me also put me in perspective of, yes, this is what Treasure Knots deserves, is that love, is that attention to detail, so anyway, so there you go. So that's it with Treasure Knots. So hopefully they'll be out next year. And like you mentioned earlier, we also got Dementium back, which is really crazy exciting.
Yeah, so that I was kind of curious about myself. What are you thinking about with that one?
We're definitely going to do Dementium 3 eventually, but that takes even more money because that's going to be 3D and all the rest of it. So that's going to be nuts. But so that's not anytime soon. But the nice thing is, we can port, Dementium 1 and 2 over to the 3DS in a similar fashion to what we did with Moon Chronicles.
Okay, that's good to know.
But with Moon Chronicles, I like Moon Chronicles. I think it turned out well. It definitely has, because it's pretty simple and alien. We were able to do it a little bit quicker than we can Dementium, for example, because Dementium is a bit more realistic. Like, it has wood and it has, gross peeling wallpaper and radiators and stuff like that and clipboards. Whereas Moon was more smooth paneling and alien stuff, which you didn't really have a preconceived conception of what it could or should look like. It's like, as long as it looks nice and shiny and high res, great, we're good to go. Whereas with something with reality, where you have a context to base it on, you can't get away with as much stuff. So anyway, that's a long way of saying we need to spend a little bit more time to do the same treatment than we did to Moon, but do Dementium 1 and 2. Because also, I don't know, I think the Dementium games have a little bit more of a special place in our heart than Moon does, to be quite honest. I think Moon turned out great and I love it, but Dementium was our first game, and I'm really fond of it, especially Dementium 2, actually, out of the two. Well, whatever, that's a different conversation. I think
right.
Dementium 1 is more scary, Dementium 2 is a bit more polished, so.
And that's the thing, again, it comes down to, you want to get it right.
Yeah.
Now that you have the ability to get these games out, you don't want to half-ass it. You don't want to have something out the door that's going to be like, eh.
Well, and I played Dementium 1, like, as soon as I heard that we got it back and we could do it, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went back to play it, and I'm like, damn, this game's brutal. Because it's just unfair in some ways, as far as all of the enemies all respawn all the time. Really annoying. The save spots in the US version are abysmal. Oh my gosh. Because you go up to a boss, he kicks your ass, which of course he will, because he should, he's a boss, and you go right back to the beginning of the chapter. Total right. Horrible. Who the hell designed that?
I don't know, Jules.
And we kind of fixed some of that for the European release, actually. We put these automatic check marks right before the boss, so there was at least that. But still, it's not quite there. Anyway, so I want to make some, but I think we got it better on Dementium 2, which is a little bit more like Moon, actually, where you have these save devices that you can manually go up to and save. So I want to implement stuff like that into Dementium 1 to make it a better experience and not have enemies respawning all over the place. But that makes the game easier. So what do we do to compensate that for those hardcore that want the similar experience to what they loved back then, if there is anyone who did love that craziness, to make sure it still delivers that challenge? Because as you can probably gather from especially Xeodrifter, we like to present challenge because I like the feeling of overcoming that challenge as long as that challenge was fair. I don't mind it, kicking my ass as long as there's a way to beat it without being screwed over unfairly, which hopefully we're accomplishing with Xeodrifter. Anyway, so that's a big thing with Dementium 1 is a little bit more effort to hopefully bring it up to today's standards. So we actually haven't announced that to anyone. So this is technically a Scoop exclusive, whatever. But we're definitely doing Dementium for the 3DS. And dude, it's looking awesome. The flashlight looks ridiculous because we had this totally fake cone thing on the DS. It worked fine, but we couldn't get away with that on the 3DS.
Right.
It would look ridiculous.
Right.
So we have this really a more of a realistic. Most people will be like, yeah, great, it's flashlight, whatever. But it was a real pain in the ass to make it because, like, yeah, exactly. It looks like a flashlight, whatever. Exactly. That should be the reaction.
That's what you want. Yeah,
totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass, man. It's pretty neat.
It's really cool that you're able to tell us this too. That's exciting. That's really good news for people that like survival horror on the 3DS. The system is really versatile, and to get games like that. Perfect. I'm excited.
Well, and our big focus is to make it run at 60 frames a second with 3D on, which is really hard. So that's our constant battle is, we want to throw polys at it. So that door that was just a single plane on the DS now has bevels where the window is. So it actually has 3D depth because not only would you expect that on the 3DS, a more powerful machine, but you also have a sense of depth. So now you can tell it's a flat plane. Right. You have a sense of depth. So it's like, oh man, double whammy. So we kind of have to do stuff like that for it to seem legit and not just like, oh yeah, this came from a DS, didn't it?
Which
right. Kind of has some of that. we're hoping to shed a little bit of that away with Dementium and go, oh yeah, no, this looks cool. This could have been this is a 3DS game. Cool. So that's our goal.
This is exciting, man. This is good news.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. It's crazy awesome. And again, we were originally planning on that as a first quarter release, and we're like, nah, we can't do it. It deserves the more time. So it's probably going to be a second quarter release for that.
Okay.
So we're going to give it a few extra months of just work, polys, textures, etc. To try and make it look lovely. So yeah, super exciting, man. Really exciting stuff.
Okay, that's really good. I was actually about to ask you another question about the team in the future. Like, okay, where do you see Renegade Kid in a few years? Do you think the team could get bigger? You guys might work on slightly bigger games, like more 3D games, or do you want to do something maybe like more stuff like Spelunky or like Binding of Isaac, like that really super polished, super deep 2D experience, or do you want to go more into 3D space? What are you thinking about?
Probably both. I mean, the reason I say that is I'm the 2D person. I'm the person who loves the 2D, the least amount of pixels, least amount of colors. I love that. I think that's fascinating. I love the little Xeodrifter guy because he's so tiny and he has so few pixels and so few colors, but he actually looks half decent. I like that. I get off on that. I think that's interesting. I like that kind of stuff. Whereas Greg, my business partner and co-founder of Renegade Kid, he's our 3D artist. He did all of the artwork for Dementium, for example. I mean, he did all the Moon Chronicle stuff. He's our 3D guy. So that's what he's into. So we kind of tend to be a two-headed beast in that way because we both have very different specific interests visually. But I appreciate 3D stuff as well, and he appreciates 2D stuff as well, of course. But that's our passions. But yes, I think both. I mean, really, honestly, right now the goal is let's try and get some of our own original stuff out there. Hopefully, it sells to make enough money to put in the bank where we can expand and do bigger, more stuff. But right now, it's at that transitionary phase where it's tough, where we're just trying to get stuff out there and afford to do that. And not do work for hire stuff just to make money to get by to subsidize our original stuff, which is kind of where we're at right now.
Right.
Like sometimes the stuff that we're making is not making enough money to keep us rolling, so we have to do other stuff. And that gets in the way. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. So
it's the curse.
It's the curse, exactly. So we're hoping to shed that and be truly independent and really, we'd love to do console. I mean, originally Mutant Mudds actually started off as a 3D platformer on the DS. So we've always loved, that's a real, oh my gosh, that's a genre that's really tough to do, as many games have proved. It's a very tough game to do. Anyway, so that's something we'd love to do someday, and more next gen FPS and third person stuff. We'd love to, but also 2D indie stuff as well. So
sure,
all of the above, really. If we had lots of money and lots of team members, then we'd have a lot more options, but we just try and squeeze as much out possible out of what little we have right now and just try and have fun with it,
That makes sense. I hope things work out. I hope, we get to see that Mutant Mud 64 at some point. It's the thing of you're establishing yourselves and you have IPs that you can work with. And something like Xeodrifter, of course, it would be great to see a sequel for something like Xeodrifter, because there's so much that you could do with it. The whole Metroid thing, the whole Castlevania Symphony of the Night angle, like these things, really there aren't. We were talking about this before, and it's like when you think about genres, this genre that you kind of are working with hasn't been really tapped as much as you would think. It
hasn't. There's so many games that exist in it, but honestly, 90% of them are not good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really not. I mean, and it's really difficult. People think a 2D platform game, it's easy, that's the basics. No, that's a real pain in the ass to master. And it's tough and it's fun and it's challenging to try and master it. And I certainly don't think we have, but we're trying, and it's not easy. I think we're doing okay in some areas, which is cool. But no, most 2D games are not good. Not good at all.
If it's rushed and if it's just put out, I mean, you need more than that. And we had a few examples that we came across before, but I find, like this in this genre, there's maybe a few. Yeah. It's not like there are so many examples like Shadow Complex. We've got that.
I think that's why games like Cave Story, obviously from way back when, and things like Shovel Knight, that's why they stand out. They're so special. In the sea of crap 2D games, these things pop up because they're actually good. They're like truly special. But that's really, a lot of times they're not achieving anything more than the 16-bit days. The 16-bit 2D games were very special, exceptional, really. But a lot of that talent isn't making 2D games anymore. So everyone has to relearn it. You know, the people who are making them now aren't those guys from back then. I mean, Capcom and Konami, oh my gosh. I mean, their games back then on SNES days were ridiculous. They're amazing.
Yeah.
The pixel art, the audio, the gameplay, just incredible. So I think in a lot of ways we lost our momentum with that, especially with the PlayStation N64 era, because 2D games were very just like, nah, everything's 3D, let's go. And you didn't see 2D games forever, for years. And then it came back, but it's not the same people that had their shit together back then. It's everyone relearning it again.
It's right, and it's the fans. It's the people that grew up with it that are now they have the the reins. Yeah. Like the guys over at Shovel Knight.
Exactly.
They're fans. They were fans of the games that you and I played. Exactly. And they learned how to do it.
And you can tell they've analyzed the crap out of it, and they've done
and pushed it in different directions too. Like sometimes, the best part about making a 2D game now with love and polish is that you can take some conventions and standards from some of the games that are around today, and you can say, let's put this in there to make it a more streamlined, fun experience.
Right.
So there's a lot of potential for great 2D games in our future, as long as we keep seeing stuff like Xeodrifter. Price point is good. Release it on Steam, on an eShop, whatever. And you have these little kind of self-contained games like the days when we grew up, or like, stuff that we played on the NES or Super Nintendo. It's perfect. It's a good renaissance. It's nice to see.
It is, man. It's exciting. I mean, definitely. Like, Shantae, Shovel Knight, all those things coming out recently is like, SteamWorld, Dig. Stuff like all of those games, just great experiences. It's just wonderful to have that. And actually, they were all on the eShop, which is just crazy that the 3DS eShop has all these gems,
and some of them are hidden. So, But again, listen, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, man. Well,
and I'm gonna just give you a few parting words. Thank you for joining me today. Jules, it really was a pleasure. I mean, I met you at PAX this year, and are you going to be at PAX this next year coming up?
I'm not sure. I might do that or GDC. I'm trying to figure out which one to go to. We're not going to do a booth again. I think I'm just going to fly out there, but I might be. Yeah.
Okay.
And if I do, I'll definitely I'll hit you up so we can meet up and get some beers or something.
Yeah, sounds good. And once again, thank you for everything and the game itself. You guys did a good job on it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I will say, guys, check out the game, Xeodrifter. It's on Steam. It's on the 3DS eShop. Thank you for being an honest developer, and thank you for being open about a lot of the things that you guys do. I hope that serves you well. In a fair world, it will.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, and I really, really enjoy watching your streams as well. It's fun to watch you, go through the game. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No, anytime. Take it easy, Jules.
Take care, dude. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, so that was a little bit longer than 15 minutes. But, it's a little easy to get carried away, when you have someone that's interesting to talk to. Like, seriously, I love talking to people that know what they're talking about. It's great to get to know developers. Edmund, for example, people from Bossa Studios. It's just great to be able to talk to people that don't kowtow and actually are honest about the games they make. And Jules was no exception. So I wish Renegade Kid success, because success for them means more good games for us. So I'll tell you what, guys, I am going to take a quick break, and then I will return with Captain Toad, and we'll do a few levels of Captain Toad, and then I might have to get going a little bit early. So I'll give you guys a few minutes of music and a BRB, and I will see you shortly.